Welcome to another episode of Streetpreneur Podcast. This is a podcast for small business owners, influence, streetpreneurs, and also entrepreneurs. And we're back today with another episode, great episode, actually. We have CEO, Mrs. Coach Tyra. She's joining us in the studio today, and she's here to talk about credit. She's here to talk about her other entrepreneur venue. She has so many. She's a serial entrepreneur, by the way. And we're also going to talk about her luxury chauffeur service.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to Streetpreneur Podcast.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited. Yeah.
How's your day been today?
Man, today's been good. It's even better now, and I get a chance to come on here and talk about business. That's one of my favorite things to talk about.
Okay.
Business and God.
We need both. We can't live. Can't nothing happen without both.
That's right.
That's right. So just tell everybody a little bit about your background.
Yeah.
Who is Coach Tyra?
Yeah, Coach Tyra is exactly what my name is. I'm a business coach, but I'm also a mother of two beautiful little girls, and I'm a wife. I actually serve in ministry, but I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Okay.
Serial entrepreneur. I've been in business probably for over 10 years. I graduated college with my master's in business.
Okay.
And I fired my boss. I was working in corporate America and left corporate America, started as an entrepreneur. My first solid year in entrepreneurship, I was able to do 6 figures in less than 12 months.
Okay.
Story was so crazy that I ended up getting featured in Forbes on an article about it, how I was able to ditch corporate and gain success in entrepreneurship. So, yep, I've been an entrepreneur over 10 years.
Okay, let's kind of go back. You put it out there so fast. Let's kind of go back. Tell us about when you first started in corporate. What were you doing in corporate? Was it finance? Was it what was your job title?
I did. I worked for a corporate debt buying company.
Oh, debt buying company.
Yeah, so they're the ones that when your debt gets sold off, they purchase it for pennies and call you to try to collect all of it.
Oh, okay.
So I was a auditor.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I was a corporate auditor. So I did that for about a year and a half. Then I realized that I was going to put my degree to work. That wasn't it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So tell us, what was your first entrepreneur venture that you started? What was your first company that you started?
Well, I was in entrepreneurship, not solely, but at the time, my ex-husband, he was an entrepreneur. He was a doctor, but he was an entrepreneur. So I always helped him. We then started clinics and all types of medical devices. So I always helped him side by side. But I started solely in entrepreneurship as a credit repair expert. I had a mentee that was in the game. She was making millions of dollars.
Right.
And I asked her to show it to me. She showed it to me, started off my first year and did 6 figures. Yep.
Okay.
So it was credit repair. That's how I first got started.
Credit repair.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to get to the 6-figure mark?
12 months.
12 months.
It actually was less than 12 months.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. And it just was repairing credit?
Yep, repairing credit solely. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So business credit, let's touch on that now.
Yeah.
So in which ways do you help entrepreneurs right now establish their business credit?
Yeah. So the first thing is personal credit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing. Most of our clients come to us, they're so excited because now with social media, when I first got started, you didn't hear a lot of people talking about business credit because as African Americans, it's not something that we learn at the dinner table. So when I first got started, you weren't hearing people talk about it a lot, right? However, now people come and they're like, oh, I seen this on TikTok. I seen this on Instagram. I want to get my business credit. And it all starts personally first. You know, your personal credit got to be straight first because when you first start off, they may want to look and peek at your stuff. Yeah. And I mean, if you look at it from just a realistic standpoint, you can't manage your business finances if you're not doing well managing yours. So that's the first step. The first step is dealing with the CEO, the owner, whoever is the person leading the company, taking a look, helping them get their stuff in order first, and then they can start building their business profiles.
Okay.
Yep.
And which current business right now are you operating right now?
Yeah, a lot of them. But the one I'm most excited about is, the one I'm most excited about is our Black-owned black car service.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a luxury chauffeur service.
Okay.
We have some Mercedes-Benz Sprinters.
Right.
We have some black SUVs. We have some limousines. We service Philly, ATL, Houston, And then we also service Miami.
And how did you get started in the chauffeur limousine business?
Yeah, my husband is a risk taker. We've been newlyweds, married only for about 2.5 years, and he just liked to try stuff. He's a serial entrepreneur. So he just told me he was buying a Sprinter one day, and I'm like, buying a Sprinter, you know? And of course, me being who I am, I jumped behind his idea with my business sense. That's right.
Yeah.
And I jumped behind it and just started helping him do operationals. And I'm like, wow, wait a minute, this is a business model that really works, you know. So we've been doing it for less than a year now. However, we've been having much success. We work with a lot of celebrities, man, from Little Kim to Ashanti.
I know you're busy in this market.
Oh, yeah, Atlanta. And Miami. It's pretty good, too. So, yeah, we're doing pretty good.
As far as marketing, that particular business, as far as marketing standpoint, how do you market the business to go after those high-profile clients?
Yeah, so we do a few different things. One of the things that we recently started is we have a limo broker firm. That term is not something that's popular. It's something I actually came up with. Yep.
Right.
What we did was we kind of took the model like network marketing, and we took that kind of model and we got individualized people and teaching them how to be able to make money without owning any fleet. So they do the marketing for us. We teach them how to go out and reach the customers. They do customer to customer, or they reach businesses. Some of them target corporations, and they get paid off of our services without owning any fleet at all. So pretty much, you know, let's say if you came on as a broker and our fleet is about $200 an hour, you can make an hourly rate for every hour is booked simply by referring our services. So that has been one of our marketing that has been doing us really well. And the rest of it is just word of mouth. When you provide an excellent service, people are going to talk about it.
That's a good model.
Yeah. Word of mouth has been probably the biggest
80% of the business.
That's it. Yeah. Word of mouth has been it.
And tell us about some of your other businesses.
Yeah. Well, this is a business, but it's ministry. My shirt, Hope ATL. I'm super excited about this.
What does that mean? What is that?
So Hope ATL means House of Prayer and Encounters. We birthed this a couple of months ago. We do monthly prayer gatherings here in Atlanta. And I'm super excited. We also have our entrepreneur conference coming up. This is our second year doing it. It's called the Collision Conference.
Is that a nonprofit organization?
Yeah, it's a nonprofit. Yep.
Okay.
It's a nonprofit. We do prayer calls, we do Bible studies, and we do different events in the community. We have an evangelistic event where we go out in the city and pray and do all that stuff. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And does that assist like homeless people?
No, we don't do that. We don't. It's not a homeless ministry. That's something that we can do, but we just simply do. We do outreach sometimes, but for most of it, we do our gatherings, and we have our yearly conference. We do bi-weekly Bible studies. Yeah.
And how do people find out about the events and about them?
Yeah, they can actually follow us on social media. We're at Hope ATL online. And then also, if they text the word pray, you can text the word pray to 678-673-3050. You'll opt in, and we send out all types of text message alerts. The conference is June the 2nd, June the 3rd in ATL.
Right. Any guest speakers, big name guest speakers?
Yeah, they're big. They're big to me. Right. No, but we do got some people. So what we do is with the conference, which makes it really unique, is that it's a 2-day conference. So we have entrepreneurs who love God, like for real, you know. So the first day is full of prophetic worship where we're worshiping God and we're praying. And then the second day we have Will Roundtree. I don't know if you're familiar with him. Yes. Yeah, he's like the funding king out of Las Vegas. He's coming down teaching us how to use the bank, how to build wealth using the bank's money. Yeah,
I watch him on Instagram Live.
Yep, that's one of my close friends. He's coming from Vegas. We also have Dr. Uwe Abraham.
Yes.
Came over here with $100 to his name.
Yeah, the African.
And now he owns a multi-million-dollar Vanza.
Vanza.
Yeah, he's coming. We have Sierra Gates from the Glam Shop.
Yeah.
She's on VH1.
Yeah, I see her all the time.
She's on our millionaire panel. We have Taquan Burney, the CEO of Wealth Builders.
I've heard of him.
He's going to be there. Yeah, he's in Atlanta. He's down here killing it. And then we have, for the spiritual part, so the first half of the day is strictly business. And then towards the end of the day, you have me, Coach Tyra. I'll be there ministering. And then you have Apostle Charlie Howe from North Carolina. He's going to be closing us out. So it's going to be powerful. You're going to get equipped in your business, and then you're going to also get the word from God.
And the spiritual healing.
All in one.
Right, all in one. Yep. That's unique.
You got to come. You coming?
I've never, if I'm invited, yes, I'm going to be there. It's my invitation.
You got to come. You got to get in the room.
Okay, I need to be in the room.
You gotta get in the room.
Definitely need to be in that room, the upper room.
Yeah,
right. You need to get
it's gonna be the upper room.
Right.
The glory gonna be in the house. That's it. Yeah.
And so, what inspired you to start this particular business?
Man, I don't know how much time we got. That might be long. I'll give you the short version. I'll give you the short version.
Right.
So HOPE stands for House of Prophetic Encounters. Was raised as a Jehovah's Witness, never been in church, had a really wild, rough upbringing, suicide attempt, divorce, been through a lot of stuff. Went through a season in my life where I hit rock bottom, my rock bottom. And I remember crying out, didn't know who God was, didn't know he was Muslim, a rock. I didn't know who he was, but I called out and I had an encounter with him. So HOPE means House of Prayer and Encounters.
I got you.
And that's an encounter that we are creating for people to come in and experience God. Okay. So that's where HOPE was founded at. That's the short version.
All right. Good testimony.
Yeah, powerful.
Definitely powerful testimony.
Powerful testimony.
So what's next for Coach Tyra? Is there any new developments or new ventures that you have in mind that you're going to pursue this year or upcoming? Yeah,
you know what? This year I see myself really pushing our Black card service. I see that that's a need, so I'm excited about that, taking that to the next level. Then also HOPE ATL, man, this is something you won't have to ask, what is HOPE ATL? I wanted to get to the point when people see this shirt, they know exactly. Where we're becoming a staple in the city. So I'm excited about that. And then the conference, we're asking, but it's going to be about 200 to 300 entrepreneurs.
Is this the first annual, this is the first conference? Or?
No, we did one last year.
Oh, you did one last year.
We did one last year. We had 200 plus entrepreneurs out in Alpharetta. It was powerful. So this is our second one. It's gonna be bigger and it's gonna be sold out. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah.
And how much are tickets?
So we have right now the early bird special going on for $67.
Okay.
Yeah, for $67. But general admission is $97 after the early bird special is over. And then, it goes up. It depends on how you see yourself. If you VIP, you pay a little bit more. If you want front row seats, then we got a ticket called the collision ticket where you got to pay even more. But to get in the room, it's $67.
Yeah. Okay, I got to understand that. So what else that you want to touch on right now?
Man, you know what?
Because you done touched on a whole lot from spiritual to your chauffeur business. So, and I want to talk about growth and development. Do you feel like you've grown in your business journey where you want to be right now?
Absolutely.
Well, you still have some growing to do in different,
in
different areas.
Yeah, of course, still growing to do. I think what I realized from entrepreneurship, me and my girlfriend, and we talk about this all the time. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak. Okay.
No, it's not.
Man, it's nothing like it. But you know what? One of the things that I learned throughout my journey, and I'm still learning this every day, is that God has to be at the center of it.
Right.
I don't know any other way to do it. My success came from my relationship with God, period.
Right.
There's no other way around it. That's the recipe. If you put him first, I remember going through a season where I was seeking after the success and I was seeking after the men and I was seeking after all of the stuff that I thought would make me look successful. And then things shifted and I began to seek him. And when I began to seek him, everything else I was looking for came to me. The husband came to me. The money came to me. Everything else began to come my way. So I think in that, I'm navigating that in a season where I'm mastering and learning how to truly walk with God in every business venture and keeping him at the forefront of it. I think that's the key.
Right. That's the key to success.
That's the key to success.
Yeah.
If somebody asks me what's the key to success, the key to success is putting God at the forefront of your business and figuring out what that looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of entrepreneurs are scared, don't really understand what that means because they think they got to be super holy or they got to dress a certain way. It means treating people well, having integrity in your business practices, having really good customer service, going the extra mile. That's all it means. Doing business God's way means doing right by people. And when you put him at the center, just like that vase is at the center of this table, man, everything else just going to come.
Evolve.
I mean, it's been my life story. I'm a living testimony. Everything else attracts to you once you attract yourself to God.
Let's touch on social media. Do you think social media is influencing the minds of people? As far as trying to live up to, from an entrepreneur standpoint, is trying to live up to an image that you see your favorite influencer has.
Yeah.
So how do you think that, has impacted entrepreneurs? Just from your standpoint.
I think it definitely has a huge impact. The funny thing is that I was just talking to one of my close friends on our way here, and we were just talking about how we hate social media so much. And we know that it's necessary. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Entrepreneurs and business owners, it's necessary, but I'm introverted. You know what I'm saying? And when you have a life behind the scenes and you're raising kids and you have a husband and you're operating and really managing businesses, a lot of times you don't have the energy, so you have to pay people to do it the right way because you don't have the time to think about a caption. You know what I'm saying? However, I think it's an amazing source to reach people. I mean, from businesses, from ministry. But I had to learn something. I'll tell you what I learned. I remember a couple of years ago going through extreme pressure because I felt like social media was controlling my pace. I felt like I had to push out a flyer. I had to post something. I had to be doing something. I was allowing social media to control my pace. And then the Lord would he took me through a season where he's like, you don't need to do all of that stuff. Just rest. And I'm like, take a nap. Everybody's posting flyers. Everybody's doing all this stuff. And you're telling me to rest. He's like, no, not take a nap, but just rest in me. And I remember during those times where I came off of social media and I got away from the pressure, I got my greatest opportunities. Literally, I was home taking a nap and I got an email that I was going to be featured in Forbes. I didn't have a lot of followers. Actually, I still don't compared to a lot of my peers. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't because I had 10K or 15K followers or I was posting 3-4 times a day. It was because the Holy Spirit, God, was speaking to people for me because of the integrity. You know what I'm saying? And so I believe that social media is a powerful tool, but I also believe that you don't want to put too much pressure in it because it's ways that your name can reach rooms without social media. Yeah. So you got to have a balance, man. You got to have a balance. Yeah.
Any other advice for entrepreneurs who are in the startup phase and they kind of undecided about, which way to go or branding, how am I going to get my name out? And they're just concerned about other things that, like you said, really doesn't matter if you're going in God's way or following his direction. So
I got some advice. I'm going to look at the camera so y'all can hear me for real.
So just kind of touch on that.
Yeah. My advice for entrepreneurs, up and coming, getting started, is do not be thirsty. Oh, my God. Do not be thirsty. If you start off in entrepreneurship and you're super thirsty, you're going to see people that look like they got it together. You're going to always size people up and compare yourself, and you're going to end up what I call having octopus syndrome, where you're doing 10 or 9 different things at one time trying to keep up. You got to stay in your lane, figure out what God has for you, and be consistent. Be consistent at it. Just stay at it. And be consistent and be committed. It doesn't matter how long it takes. If you stay at it, I've been doing a lot of the things I've been doing for years now. I had somebody send me a DM and say, I've been watching your consistency. You're staying at it. Stay at it. You can't go from selling here one day and then 6 months later you're a mechanic and then 3 months later you're selling edibles and then 4 months later you're a preacher. I mean, you're confusing your audience, but then you want them to buy from you. So figure out what you're doing. Don't be thirsty and stay consistent at it. And put God first. That should have went first. Put God first.
That's true. And stay focused and having determination. It's a combination of all of it.
That's it.
So, anything else you want to touch on?
Man, I would just tell y'all to get in the room, get to the conference.
So you say get to
No, I'm not just saying that because I want to promote the conference, but I believe that if you sum up this interview, I think the God piece is what a lot of entrepreneurs are missing. You know what I'm saying? They're hustling, they're toiling, and they're working hard. And they're like, man, I'm doing all this stuff and I don't see the fruit. But I believe that something happens really special when you begin to merge. It's called the Collision Conference because you collide my faith and my belief system with my entrepreneurial gifting, and you bring them together, and then boom, it's a collision. And so I'll just say get in the room. I want to connect with you guys, and then just keep at it. Stay consistent. Just stay consistent at whatever you're doing.
Okay. Well, we want to thank you for being our special guest today.
Thank you for having me.
And definitely for coming out and taking time out your busy schedule. And definitely coming to the conference. And I want other entrepreneurs.
You coming? Yeah. I'm excited. Come on and get in the room.
Talk about it.
So if he's coming at me, y'all got to come.
Yeah, you definitely have to come. Definitely show up. And I want to thank Coach Tyra for coming out. You all follow her. Give them your contact information.
Yep. So I'm Coach Tyra everywhere you go. Coach Tyra on Instagram, Coach Tyra on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. Text PRAY to 678-673-3050. You'll plug in with me and you'll get updates on everything we have going on. That's how you stay connected. Definitely.
You heard it from her. So follow Coach Tyra and follow her, definitely her entrepreneur endeavors that she has going, and also her spiritual and her nonprofit organization,
That's
Hope
right.
ATL. Remember that, Hope ATL. And I want to thank everybody for watching the show today. Like, share, subscribe, and join the channel, and watch us next Friday for another episode. Thank you.